Leo DiCaprio leads the highly anticipated upcoming action comedy.
What if I told you that on the set of Paul Thomas Anderson's most buzzed-about action comedy, One Battle After Another, Leonardo DiCaprio, Hollywood's go-to for intense drama, was the very guy keeping a straight face, was also the one who cracked everyone up between takes. That's exactly what Teyana Taylor admitted when we sat down with the star-studded cast ahead of the film's IMAX debut. With cameras rolling and adrenaline high, Leo's legendary presence took on an entirely new dimension, part action hero, part secret comedian. Walking into the press line felt like stepping onto a movie set itself. The lobby buzzed with flashing cameras, the walls plastered with posters of sprawling desert showdowns and gravity-defying stunts. Teyana Taylor arrived in effortless style, her confidence radiating like a spotlight. Leonardo DiCaprio stood nearby, his expression every bit the polished leading man, sharp suit, cool demeanor. Yet the seconds between questions revealed glimpses of a sly grin and mischievous sparkle that none of us expected from the on-screen powerhouse. As the interview began, Paul Thomas Anderson's name alone carried weight. The filmmaker behind There Will Be Blood and Boogie Nights, venturing into action comedy territory. Teyana's admiration was instant and heartfelt. "He's one of those unique talents of our generation," she said, leaning forward, her eyes bright. "His concepts feel unimaginable, like he builds whole new worlds on a soundstage. On set, you feel a freedom you rarely get anywhere else. Zero fear, just pure creativity." That creative freedom, it turned out, was the glue that bound this eclectic cast. When asked how they built such natural chemistry, Teyana paused thoughtfully. "You can't force it," she explained. "Either it's there or it isn't. People say you're only as good as the actor in front of you, and I'd add you're only as good as the director who lets that happen." Her words hung in the air as crew members wiped sweat from their brows, rushing to set up the next high-octane sequence. In Teyana's world, Paul's encouragement and Leo's unshakable professionalism formed the perfect storm. Then came the moment we'd all been waiting for. What surprised Teyana most about working with DiCaprio? She chuckled, as if recalling an inside joke. "There were no real surprises. He's still Leonardo DiCaprio, you know?" she said, the admiration palpable. "But here's the twist. Even in a dead-serious scene, as intense as they get, he's still funny. It's like his gravitas doubles as comic relief. You cannot laugh when he hits his mark." Imagine watching a harrowing chase scene and catching Leo's subtle smirk as if he's silently narrating the absurdity of the moment. That off-screen levity, Teyana insisted, was the secret ingredient. On-set footage confirmed it. Between takes, Margot Robbie and Adam Driver engaged in improv battles, trading one-liners that would make any stand-up comic jealous. DiCaprio watched from the sidelines, his arms folded, eyes twinkling. Then he'd deliver a perfectly timed zinger that sent the entire crew into stitches. Meanwhile, Teyana, ever the dancer and choreographer, would seize the moment to break into a spontaneous routine when the music cue hit. Cameras still rolling, one assistant admitted. It accidentally made the outtakes the best parts of the day. The camaraderie didn't stop there. For one major showdown scene, Anderson challenged his actors to nail the sequence in a single, unbroken take. The set fell silent as they moved through gunfire, hand-to-hand combat, and a narrow escape, all choreographed to the director's precise blocking. On the third attempt, they nailed it. The applause that filled the set rivaled any award show standing ovation. Teyana described the thrill. "You could taste the electricity in the air. When Paul cut, everyone erupted. That's the moment you know you're making something special." Amidst the adrenaline, conversations drifted to past roles and dream reprises. Teyana confessed she'd love to revisit the high-flying chaos of The Wolf of Wall Street. Margot, whose breakout American performance as Naomi LaPaglia earned her Oscar nods, nodded in agreement. "From the audition room, we knew that film would change everything," Margot recalled. "Still, I never imagined we'd be gathered here, years later, praising Leo's comedic timing." It was a circle of Hollywood royalty reflecting on their roots and plotting potential reunions. Outside the glitz of the press junket, the internet chimed in with its usual blend of praise and cynicism. One comment blasted Hollywood for glamorizing gun culture, calling studios the biggest advertisers of firearms. Another predicted the film would flop with a meager $140 million haul. But early test screen reactions painted a different picture. Audiences roared with laughter, cheered every stunt, and rushed online afterward begging for more. Critics called it a surprising home run and the summer blockbuster no one saw coming. Behind those online debates lies the truth about Hollywood's complex relationship with action and humor. Paul Thomas Anderson, known for emotional depth, apparently found a sweet spot where adrenaline-pumping set pieces and genuine laughs coexist. If early box office models hold true, one battle after another could open north of $50 million domestically, solid numbers for a film that blends star power, stylish direction, and organic chemistry. As our time with the cast wrapped, one thing was clear. Viewers can expect an experience that hits every note. Leonardo DiCaprio will bring his signature intensity, tempered by moments of sly humor that only insiders have glimpsed until now. Teyana Taylor will seize her action hero moment with the same fierce charisma she brings to her music and choreography. And under Paul Thomas Anderson's visionary eye, the film's world, complete with blazing shootouts, heart-stopping escapes, and unscripted dance breaks, will unfold like nothing you've ever seen. So when one battle after another lands in IMAX this fall, don't settle for the usual popcorn flick. Arrive ready to witness Leo DiCaprio's unguarded laughter as much as his determined glare. Notice the sparks of genuine camaraderie among a cast that dared to keep the cameras rolling long after the scripted cut. And keep an ear out for Teyana Taylor's account of those moments that surprised her most, because behind every blockbuster facade lies the simple magic of artists who know how to have fun. In the end, the biggest revelation isn't just that Leo can bring the humor on a high-stakes set, or that Paul Thomas Anderson can pull off an action comedy with panache. It's that the heart of any great film lies in the people who make it. A director who trusts his cast, actors who trust each other, and moments of spontaneous joy that remind us why we fell in love with movies in the first place. And if that sounds like a battle worth fighting, well, you're in for one hell of a good time.